Hi, I'm Chris Congdon, and we are live at the Merchandise Mart in Chicago at MAK-uh-naw 2018, and we are so excited to be celebrating the launch of MAK-uh-naw. And I'm here with Rick Yeates, who's the general manager of the Wood Group, and his team created all of this. And Rick, this is one of the big stars of the show. I've been hearing lots of people talking about it.
Well, we're really excited. We've had a great response yesterday, and the team that worked on this is really a great team, and so we're pleased with the reception so far.
Well, tell us now, this space looks like something that I might have, if I were lucky enough to have a private office,
Sure.
I might have something like this.
Sure.
Yeah, tell us about it.
What's great is MAK-uh-naw was based on research that our Workspace Futures team did, and they went and observed leaders and their people and saw patterns of work. And one of the things we notice is that work is accelerating and changing from work modes, from focus to collaboration to rejuvenation. And we found that furniture, including ours, wasn't really keeping up with that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to find a way that we could help accelerate that. So one of the key things is we found is that as people are doing focus work and they're transitioning into collaboration, how could we create a way to make that easier?
Yeah.
So as an example, if I'm working here, and Chris, you come by and say, hey Rick, I want to talk to you for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go to another space, we've created this cantilevered work surface that allows for some nice, easy collaboration with a height adjustability. So as you can notice, both for the user, sit and stand, but also for collaboration.
So for your well-being physically,
Exactly.
it's going to allow you to make that easy shift between sitting and standing. Tell me about this little nook over here.
Yes, so for the Neocon show, we're having this open, but typically you'd have a shroud. So one of the things going, again, these microzones from focus, collaboration, one of the things we know is that people need to have a little bit of rejuvenation or focus work. So we created this foundation and this topper piece that allows for someone to come back, and let's say they just got done with an hour conference call.
That's great.
And they got to get ready for a staff meeting. They can come back and for 10 minutes, relax, rejuvenate, maybe focus, and have the degree of privacy.
Yeah.
And this has been one of the most well-received applications because this footprint is only 10 by 10.
Oh my gosh, all of this is at a 10 by 10
in a 10
footprint.
by 10.
It feels so open.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you could have this in a private office or in an open plan.
Yeah.
And one of the other nice things is our team worked on is materiality.
It's beautiful. It's
so
beautiful.
Here you can see there's back painted glass.
Yeah.
This tower has a luxe finish in our accent paints. And of course you see veneer. And then we were just touching this very nice Corian here. So this has been really well received, Chris.
Oh, it's just beautiful. And I want to go take a look at another spot because it's very different.
Yes.
But it's still beautiful. So come on, let's go.
Okay.
So we're here, and this space is another individual work zone, right? So Rick, this could be you working or me working here together.
Exactly.
But look at this, like there's no legs.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, this is one of the key aspects of that transitioning from focus to collaboration. Historically, you'd have a back panel or an end panel, or even with height adjustability, you'd have another leg here. And what we found is that was both a physical and a psychological barrier for collaboration. So our design and engineering teams took that as a challenge to say, how could we eliminate that?
Yeah.
And as you just said, this cantilevered work surface is a marvel in engineering and design. In addition to that, this can support 350 pounds of lifting weight.
So I could actually sit on it then
yes,
if I wanted to.
You could, yes.
All right.
You're way lower than that. And then there's 150 pounds of distributed weight. And then there's minimum less than an inch of deflection.
It doesn't move.
It doesn't move.
So that is really amazing. And I love the idea that if I were trying to work individually and you and I needed to work together, I could lower this, you could pull up a chair, or we could stand next to each other.
Exactly.
So it really gives I know that I switch a lot during the day between doing one thing and then the next. And so having a space where I can make those transitions happen really quickly is great.
Sure. So in this application, we showed over there how you move from to rejuvenate and focus. Here's another example where we've incorporated our umami
Oh, this is a nice little zone.
Again, just to have, so you and I might have a quick, or just I have my own type of focus and rejuvenation in a very small footprint.
Yeah.
And again, those may not seem like big deals, but in our research, we know that transitioning between those work modes in these microzones we're calling is really important. And MAK-uh-naw really accentuates that and helps facilitate those transitions. The last thing you'll notice is, again, the materiality.
Yeah, the painted glass.
Painted glass.
So it's not just wood, it's wood, it's glass, it's corian, it's beautiful fabrics.
Yes, and one of the things we pointed out in the corner, you can see our engineering and designers worked really hard to come up with a really sophisticated industrial stitching or sewing to have that nice detail in the shroud.
Yeah,
and those are the kinds of things that we know customers and designers really are looking for, and so we're really pleased.
That's what I've been hearing, is people so impressed with the details about this. I love also, if I were in the open plan, I feel like I've got a little bit of protection.
Absolutely.
But I'm dying to see what's on the other side.
You bet.
Can we go see what's on the other side?
Sure.
So again, we know that people throughout their day are moving from one task to the next. And so Rick and I were just doing kind of a one-on-one collaboration. But what if, as a team, we needed to get it together quickly to work on a project? And look, this is a really nice spot to do that, right?
So again, in our research, we found that in these microzones, as Chris was saying, we can have a one-on-one quick transition in the microzone. But we also know that there's more dyadic work, or 2 to 3 meetings. Those are the largest
2 to 3
meetings.
people are really common ways of
So having this
together.
as a dedicated collaboration, this is a fixed column, and what we've done is we've created this really nice area. We've got a new powerway that's intuitive, that has power. It's got the new USB-C and the regular USB. We've also designed a new monitor arm specifically for MAK-uh-naw that is freestanding. It doesn't clamp on, and it's elegantly designed. It doesn't have those, regular kind of octopus arms. That supports the collaboration. You see how that works, Chris?
Yeah. So everybody at the table can get a good look at what the content is that we're trying to work on.
Right.
So the technology is really embedded so seamlessly within this space that it just makes it so easy to use. This is awesome.
And the thing we know is that people like to transition from a seated, which is our new silk stool, to standing, and this type of collaboration table really helps facilitate that.
Yeah.
So again, in a very compressed footprint, whether it's in the private office or open plan, MAK-uh-naw helps facilitate those transitions in the microzones.
So speaking of open plan, we can see MAK-uh-naw in yet another way, because a lot of people need to work in an application as a team where they're all working together, shoulder to shoulder, to be able to do a different type of a collaboration. And so this is a really great example of how MAK-uh-naw can be set up to where a team could work with each other within a space, but it's still got that great cantilever experience that we saw before.
Right. So one of the things we hear from people who work at a bench or an open plan is that collaboration again. So like we were showing before, Chris, if I was working here and you stopped by, rather than have to go find somewhere else, I can lift this up and I can pull my chair back.
We can see what's on the screen.
And if we're working on content, we can work on that together. Or if we just wanted to say, hey, I've been working on this project, where do we stand?
I can pull up a little stool or a chair, and then we can easily be sitting next to each other, which is great. And this shelving unit behind is lovely. I feel like I could really personalize it,
Absolutely.
and for a lot of employees, it feels like that's an issue when you come to work, that you want to have a place that feels like it's your own.
You bet.
And I feel like whoever created this really created a great opportunity for expression.
Sure. And again, we've allowed, from a materiality perspective, we got back painted glass, as you see down here at the bottom, on the screens, on the skins.
Oh yeah.
And that can be corian, it can be veneer, laminate, the same with the work surfaces. You can see again the luxe finishes. So we allow the designer and the customer to arrange materiality based on what kind of setting they're trying to create. But you hit on a point. I think that allows them to differentiate and personalized to make a benching application a little bit more inviting than, say, traditional benches. And that's the thing we've been hearing from customers and design firms yesterday and today at NeoCon.
Yeah, it is beautiful. We are so excited that you were able to join us this morning. If you're in Chicago, come join us at NeoCon and see it firsthand. But if you can't get it, please come and see us at Steelcase.com. Thank you, Rick, for being here.